Well, hello everybody. This is my extra little episode for New Year's Eve. Um, it's going to be really short, probably, because I had more notes and I had more I wanted to do with it. But with Christmas and what happened is my nephew's birthday was yesterday, and then we've got New Year's Eve coming, so I've kind of decided to condense what I was going to do. It was going to be a top 8 moments of the first reel, but now it looks like it's going to be down to the top 4. But I will real quickly just go over some of the things I did want to go into more detail with. I'm out here in the backyard, by the way, just to give me something different, a look. There's all kinds of leaves on the ground because of the wind and the rain that we had the other day, and the wind still is kind of around here in Riverside. But anyway, here's let me just go over quickly what I was going to do. Okay, top 8 moments was originally going to be start with number 8, a count up, as they say. I don't know why they call them countdowns. They're usually count ups. So number 8 was going to be about like the lighting changes. I have notes here I'm looking at. The lighting changes on the show. You know how most of the first part of the show, the first few like 6 or 7 or 8 episodes, I don't know, 10 maybe, probably, because I got up to Halloween was number 10. I had green lighting behind me. That was just to give it a mood. I was originally going to keep the show as a horror thing, and then so the green lighting just made sense. But as when Thanksgiving came, I turned it into an amber light, and then Christmas I went to a blue light. So that was just number 8. It was just the changes behind me and the light. And then number 7, actually, what I kind of moved my list around. The drinking was going to be one. The beer and the wine. It's just a little thing to keep me loose. I don't have anything right now. I'm clean. And then I was going to do the bloopers. Was going to be part of it, where I was going to show some of the various blooper parts that I would include at the end of the episode, past the later and the goodbye part. It was like an extra bit at the end that was. You might have not have seen it if you clicked off the video when I said later. Anyway, and then, well, let's see. I was going to get down to I kind of combined 4 and 5. So I threw my paper down thinking I was done. I combined 4 and 5. Well, what do I? 8, 7, 6, I guess. I don't know. My numbers are all off now because I changed it, but I combined a couple of them, 6 and 5. I combined down to what I'll talk about now, which is the episode titles and the sequence. The episode titles being when it says episode 4, episode 6. That's the very first thing you would see, and then so the thing with those was the color change on the titles was supposed to reflect the movie. So if it was a zombie movie, I had a weird green color for zombies. And if it was, I think the Alice Sweet Alice, I went with kind of a purple and white because that's sort of Catholic colors. And so if you notice, that's just a subtle little thing I wanted to put in there. So if you go back and watch the shows, you can look at the colors of the titles and get an idea of sort of what the movie was. And then also I combined that thing with the sequence. The sequence being the opening title sequence, which is when it comes in Vinny G's first reel, the names, and then the background. I changed the title sequence part way through. Sorry, I got an itch. I changed the title sequence part way through to I created a title sequence where a montage of some of the episodes I had done at that point. And so that's basically my number 4. I know the numbers are off, but I don't care. And so number 4 was that. And so if you look at the title sequence, you can see the change in that. And then the opening bit, that's what I call the little bit with this actor named Billy Gilbert. It came from the Little Rascals. Now, I did a test episode of the Little Rascals where I reviewed a Little Rascals movie, and then there was a part where that actor, the big, huge, portly guy, says, "Oh, no, I don't think that's." I forget what he says actually, because I don't
No,
listen
you're
to it
just
anymore. I just
dreaming
go
that,
right
I'm
past
sure.
it. But that little bit where he talks real quickly and then it turns into blocks. That came from that Little Rascals episode. And what happened was, in one of the episodes, which you'll see, there was an actual glitch. I think, or it wasn't the episode. I think it was the test. There was a glitch where, in my editing, sometimes the editing goes weird. The software does weird things, and it takes a piece that I cut out and it sticks it somewhere else, and I don't catch it sometimes. So what happened was, it had that a little tiny piece of something got put in the beginning of a title that I didn't intend, and I decided, well, let me just put that Billy Gilbert guy in there and keep that in there. And I wasn't going to keep it. It just happened, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and keep that through all the episodes just because I thought it was kind of funny. So that's number 4 or number 3, the Little Rascals bit. And then number 2. So number 2 now we're down to, and this is what I call the thing behind me. And the thing behind me is meant to be this little stuff I put sitting on this side of me. I was just sitting in front of my computer, and it's just a room, the living room. So I thought, well, let me stick some things just to for color, for show, And so originally the first things I had were random. For the first 5 episodes, I just had things like a model of Planet of the Apes, and I had I don't even remember. You'll see, I've got a montage here probably playing, and so I just put some random things in here, like little statues or little things, and I just wanted to add some flair. And then I realized, well, I could maybe connect these things to the episode, to the movie that I'm reviewing. So what I did was, from number 6, I had Frankenstein, a model of Frankenstein, and that was just meant to indicate it was a horror movie. And then for 7, actually Frankenstein came on the Death Smiles on a Murderer episode, and that what happened with that was, I realized later, I have a talking parrot. So I didn't have him up and going for that episode. So what had happened was, I was hoping people would catch it the next episode and relate it. And so episode 7, I had Rodrigo in there, was the parrot, and he was back there. And so I had some fun with him. And then I had 8 was another random one, I guess. I didn't know what to put. And then number 9, I had, John was my background for episode 9, my friend John. And then there was a standee. Oh, that was number 10. That was a Halloween one. That's where I really got into that background thing. I had that Return of the Living Dead standee. And 11 had, the editor, my film editor, because it was the Canyon Springs one, and blah, blah. Anyway, you'll see I have the clips of these, so you can see. And again, the later ones really reflected what the movie was. The one I liked was The Magic Christian. I had Abbey Road, and then for Jesus Christ Superstar, I put an album. I have an album of Life of Brian, so I thought that was kind of a funny little thing to put in there. So anyway, you're seeing the clips. And number 1, finally, to get to number 1. Again, this is going to be a short episode, but it's not really an official episode of the series anyway, so it's just kind of a bonus. And I do have some other footage, like I have the standee, the Return of the Living Dead. I have some footage of me repairing it because it was kind of damaged. It was old and it was falling apart kind of in the back. So I showed how I kind of fixed that up so I could get it to stand upright. And then I have other things, that are off, blooper kind of stuff, behind the scenes kind of things. But number 1, let's get to number 1, and that would be the hat tricks. And that came about on episode 6. It wasn't actually a hat trick, I think, on that one. It was actually a headphone trick. And I just did that just for fun. And then I didn't have one in the next episode. And then number 8, I had. Oh, actually, no. Number 6 was. What was it? I can't even remember. I popped in or something. I can't remember. But number 8 was the headphones. That was the official, real one. And then number 9 was, again, John sort of appearing in the episode at the beginning. And then number 10 was really the first sort of real hat trick episode with a mask. I did the mask thing. And then from 11 to the 16, it was all hat tricks. So it was the hat popping on or popping different ways. And one of them, there's variations too. I think towards the end, I just did the thing where I sort of fade in like a Star Trek, being beamed in. But those were all at the request of my buddy John, again, who appeared in the 9th episode, I think. And so I wasn't really going to keep it as a running motif. But when he requested it, I thought, okay, that's why I try to mix it up and not be just the same dumb hat trick all the time. So there you have it. Those are my, officially it was the top 4 moments. But it was going to be 8. And, running out of time, really. It was just, and I'm still actually editing the little bits. That's what these notes show. Is that I've got written down all the episodes and where to find the clips. So it's kind of a task, really, when you have 16 episodes. And then editing is just a whole thing. So anyway, I'm glad you guys stuck with the show. And we'll see when I start it up again. But I will put some other things up. I'd like to do some music, actually, or maybe some funny, just some kind of weird clips, almost like YouTube poop maybe stuff, but not that elaborate, because that takes a lot of work from what I've seen and from what I've played with myself. But I do want to do some other kind of things before I get to this series again, if I do get to it again, which I probably will. Like I told you, I do have other episodes of things that I want to or other shows, movies that I want to do that I didn't get to this time around. So we'll see when I get to that. Probably it'll be a few months, I'm guessing, if not summer. But anyway, thank you again for being with me here in this show. And I want to wish everybody a happy new year and a safe new year. Stay in. And be only with the people you've been with. And enjoy this new year that's coming up. Hopefully a lot better. Although I know that with the corona thing, that Newsom guy is still forcing businesses to not open. Which some of it doesn't make sense. Where some things are open and some things aren't. But I'm not going to get political into that. So anyway, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year.